So today on NewbieVeT, got a special guest. We got my girl, Alaceia Prince. Nailed it.
Nailed it.
Boom. Okay. Cool point. So, you was born in Savannah.
Correct.
Okay. And moved to Statesboro.
Right.
Okay. So, what was the move about?
So me and my husband were high school sweethearts. Our family pretty much retired and all went back to where they had property in Statesboro. So I pretty much followed my family and followed love. Me and my high school sweetheart reconnected and his family's there. So that's just been where I've been since.
Okay. So how long that's been?
2009. So this is 2020, like 11 years.
Oh man. Was it easy?
No. It's still not easy. It's definitely a transition from Savannah, even though it's only like an hour away. The culture is different. It's just different. So it takes a lot of getting used to, but I think it's better for raising a family there.
Yeah. So being together that long, how is it that couples? Because a lot of couples don't last that long no more.
Right.
It's kind of rare. So when you hear somebody going 10 plus, it's like, okay, there's hope.
Right.
So, but what are some things that you can tell a young married couple or someone that just getting married on ways of how to keep their marriage strong and going and do the thick and thin and all that?
Forgiveness, communication.
That's pretty tough.
Yeah. Yeah. Forgiveness, communication, most importantly, prayer.
Okay.
Love seems like it would be the most important attribute, but it's actually prayer and forgiveness.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you can love someone and be in a relationship with them, but not be in love with them.
Like, yeah.
Yeah, that's a difference. A lot of people don't know the difference between that. But yeah, okay. But yeah, more power to that. That's love. I like to see that. That's what's up. So, you just dropped the book.
Yes, the book releases June 1st.
June 1st.
It's called Missing Loyalties. It is my first writing. It is the first installment of the Missing Loyalties series.
Oh, it's a series.
It is a series. So This is just part 1. I have given readers a taste of it so far online, the first couple of chapters, and the feedback was amazing. So that's what prompted me to go ahead and wrap it up and go ahead and go hard with this thing. Like, don't hold back.
So what made you become a writer? Like, what made you become that? Like, what was you was influenced by just other writers, or just something you always wanted to do?
I love to read. Reading's always been my favorite subject. I think the highlight of all things lettered was when I was in the 5th grade and I won this school spelling bee. And like, it was just probably like the most happiest moment in my life. Winning the school spelling bee and actually like winning something that I love to do. Like, I love to read books. I started reading books like Zane.
Zane Chronicles.
Zane Chronicles. And I'm telling you, I was young.
I was just going to say, how old were you?
Right. I was young. You hear me? Like, I was young. And I was not supposed to be reading these books.
Yeah,
Right. I hope my mama don't see this. But listen, I was sneaking and reading Zane books. Okay. And who else was I reading? Carl Weber, Omar Tyree. Like,
Carl Weber.
Yeah. So, I definitely got into them. And then as I got older, Ashley and Jaquavis here and there, I just really got into urban fiction. So it was something that I always wanted to do. I would always build stories in my mind, but it seemed like the process of actually doing it was going to be such a tedious process that I was always deterred from actually doing it.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Plus also life.
Plus life.
Yeah.
Plus life.
So, yeah, that's true. Like, a lot of people don't know, like, you have a goal or you might have some type of career you want to do, but it's like the bigger your goal or career is, like more obstacles and speed bumps just pop up and you're like, So
not yet.
Right.
Definitely.
And so it kind of slow the process down, slow your drive a little bit, you know what I'm saying? So, yeah, I totally agree with that. So, can you give us a little taste of, just a little taste of?
A little bit.
Okay.
So the book is about a girl. The main character in the book name is Deja. So Deja is a glutton for punishment, kind of, sort of. Like, she lives life on the edge. with no fear of repercussions.
It's like dominatrix.
No, it ain't like that.
That's it.
No, it ain't that deep yet. Like, ain't no 50 Shades of Grey and no chains or nothing like that.
Okay.
You know, but it's definitely a spicy read. So, you know, it starts off that way too. It pops off just like that. But it's about a girl who pretty much just believes in taking risks, and she likes drama, she likes excitement, and somebody is trying to hold her accountable for this lifestyle that she's living with no fear of tomorrow, of consequences of anything. So it's basically a suspense, basically a drama, definitely erotic, and it's a lot of street twist in it.
Okay.
So people from my age group, maybe a little younger, a lot of the terminology and stuff, they'll recognize and identify with it.
Right. Okay. Yeah. So before you came up with the title, before you picked up the first piece of paper, pencil, pen, or whatever utensil that you use, like what was the process, like your thought process on, okay, I want to be a writer, I want to write this, I want to make this happen, I want to pursue this, like what was your steps, like from starting from the idea to your final product?
So the idea came last year, September of last year. The most influential person in my life, the closest person to me, she was my great grandmother. She raised me. She passed away.
Oh, sorry,
and that was the hardest. That was probably the worst year of my life. And I never imagined that I could ever come back from that. So the process of healing inspired me. Healing and knowing that if anything, she would want me to fulfill like my purpose, my calling, my dreams, my ideas. She would want me to let all the stuff that she seeded into me manifest. And I decided that I wanted to make her proud. That was the greatest gift I could give her. Not moping, not weeping, not giving up. It would be to maximize and show my potential and give back to the world what she gave to me so that she'd still be present. Right. So once I got to that point in my life, it was like, it's no more making excuses about why I can't, why I won't. Just do it. Right. And I picked up my pen, and then I put my pen down. I picked up my phone. I was like, you know what? I'm going to do this in my comfort zone. I picked up my phone and I just started writing notes. I would start recording myself. I would go back and delete it. Then I would go back and correct it. So I would stay up at nights when I put the kids to sleep, and I would just go off the top of my head. Then I started sharing it with some of my Facebook readers. And then they were giving me their feedback and telling me stuff that they wanted to see. So then I started freestyling, making it as I go. I never had an actual story. I was just freestyling. Right. And then I was like, you know what? It's time. Let's go ahead and finish the story. Let's wrap this up. And that's what I did. I finished at least 10 chapters in 2 days. I committed to it. I did it. I found out how to self-publish. I self-published everything. I contacted someone to design my book. Got it done. Got it knocked out. Like, I just went hard. Yeah, I did this in a month's time.
In a month?
In a month's time.
See, that's when you put that time in, you get results. A lot of people just think they can just get it off the pure idea and talent. Nah. Yeah.
And I did it with 6 kids, you know? I did it working a full-time job.
See, a lot of people need to hear this. Like, seriously. Oh, my God.
Did it with 6 kids, working a full-time job and being a wife.
I have issue with some people that come work with me, they got no kids.
Right. Ugh. But those kids will put so much fire behind you because, you know, you can't live a do as I say, not as I do type of lifestyle. I can't seed into my kids all this positivity about going for your dreams, being yourself, reaching for the stars, and then I'm complacent. So they put a lot of fire up under me to be that example that, you know, that I want to set for them.
Right. So you think it's harder for parents to raise their kids in the way the world is set up now, due to like this? It's a lot of bad stuff happening in 2020 so far. Coronavirus.
Hornets. We got hornets trying to.
We got killer bees.
Yeah, like 2020 sounded like it was gonna be some mess, to be honest. But I definitely think it's harder to raise your children with the influence of social media. With social media being such a big focus right now, and it's the way that the world is gravitating right now. It's a lot more influences, and the world seems like it has a whole lot more input on how you raise your child, and that's from disciplining them to what you feed them. I think that they're really limited how much influence we as parents really have, but that's still a personal choice.
Right.
I choose not to conform to how the world sees I should raise my children.
Yeah, that's true.
So it's definitely a personal choice.
Yeah. But it's kind of hard when it's like you have that conflict when, you know, they look at us as sometime as, you know, parents one minute, the next minute we're mean.
Right.
And but then they have their idol or person they look up to, whether it's an artist,
right,
athlete, or anything like that. And when they see them, they try to idolize or try to,
right.
You know, and it becomes a conflict with the parent because it's like you're trying to raise them a different way or trying to teach them something different in them. So it's that constant
conflict.
So, yeah.
Yes. And I've dealt with that.
Yeah.
I've personally dealt with that. Especially with having a 13-year-old who's still coming into teenage years, and you have these rapper influences and stuff.
Do you think there's any music for it really? Do you think there's any really good, clean music for any preteen to listen to? Honestly,
I don't think it's any clean music for anybody to listen to right now. If it ain't on Disney Channel, listen. I don't think.
But there's women kissing each other on the Disney Channel.
See, I didn't catch that part of Disney.
I've seen it on the.
I haven't caught that part of Disney now. Don't have me sitting watching Disney.
I've seen it.
And I think that is the way that society is gravitating towards, to where that is the norm now. Right. So I don't, especially if Disney's doing it at this point.
Yeah, it's on Disney.
So then again, that still goes back to what you instill and not letting the school system raise your children. It starts with educating them at home. Like, I allow the school system to educate my children Black History Month on Martin Luther King, Harriet Tubman. But outside of that, I educate all 5 of my boys and my daughter on Malcolm X. I go a step further, and because it starts at home. Yeah. You know,
and then in school, they only teach us, like, in Black History Month, you only learn about the same 5.
The same 5. So let's take it a step. Let's take it a step further. But that is our job. We've been given the tools. We've been given the instruments. We've been given the knowledge. Like, we know about people in power. We know what our culture has done for society. Right. So it's up to us to educate our children, because we can't leave it up to anybody else to educate our children, because why would they? Right. You know?
Right. That's true. So, being that Statesboro is a college city, or college town, is it overpopulated with students where, like, can they find, like, jobs down there in Statesboro, or that's a problem down there?
The job market is real sketchy. I think it is room for expansion, but I think right now everything is centered to cater to the college students more. That's a personal opinion.
Yeah. Why you say that?
Because there's not a lot of local things in place. Like, there's not a lot of housing for urban local communities, or at least nice housing. You know,
it's like more apartments, ain't it?
Yeah, and more college apartments, on the student campus.
That's what I thought. Like, I've been like, when I used to go to Statesboro a lot, we just, every time we got invited, just going to somebody's college room or something like that. They went to GSU. And I just thought Statesboro was just GSU.
Then they like, change, look, they might have changed it to GSU, Georgia. Yeah. No, but it's populated with a lot of hardworking families that have to travel outside of Statesboro to places like Pooler and Savannah, just to, you know, be able to have job stability. So I say that Statesboro has some work to do as far as meeting the needs of all people in the area, and not just what generates the most money, which would be college students.
Right. Yeah. That's true. I mean, did they did any updates on the mall? It's been a while since
the small.
Yeah, the mall's like a walk.
No, they ain't do no.
So it's the same?
It's the same.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure. Since when last time you been there?
Yeah. Oh man, 2012.
Oh, it's the same.
Yeah. So
the stores may have changed, but the layout of the mall is the same.
It's like Cato, like a big Cato Plus.
Yeah, Cato's gone now, but they probably replaced that with like Route 21 or something. But
they got a rainbow down there.
No rainbow.
Oh my God. That's crazy.
No regular.
So y'all have to travel all the way to Savannah to shop.
That used to be the case, but as you see now, and I'm so proud of all these quarantine hustlers, we got a lot of people that's doing stuff on hand. They have their little boutiques and their online stores. Yeah. So a lot of stuff is on hand, and because of the way, you know, the world is gravitating, a lot of people just order online.
Right.
So most people aren't really traveling that hour to find something to wear. Yeah. They're going ahead and doing it ahead of time or shopping with local boutiques.
Why like women in general, like, well, some women, not all women in general. Let me say some. I don't want to be in my comment section, but some women in general, like instead of shopping for the hair in the store, why they won't just buy it offline?
I would speak for myself because I can't speak for all women because I don't need them comment about me in the section anyway. Yeah. We like stuff on hand, you know. When you pay for something, you want that. See how it look. You want to be able to, you know, see your purchase in your hand. Like me, I don't like to wait for anything. I have a problem with patience. So me giving you $200 right now for some hair, you know, and it has to come to me 3-4 days later. So then that leaves me wondering what it's like. And then when I get it, then the process of giving it back to you, that's gonna already took this little attitude I had with having to wait up a notch, you know. So I think that's what that is. Yeah.
Okay. So why don't a lot of Black people support independent boutiques? Because a lot of boutiques could be a lot bigger if they have more support. Instead of everybody running to a Gucci store or some other store.
I think it goes both ways. I think that in particular speaks on the people that are in business and the people that should support them. I think people should stop putting so much consideration on or putting like their mindset on pocket watching, because some people won't support you just because they feel like you are already a customer living a certain lifestyle and they don't want to help you keep living that lifestyle, especially if they're not there yet.
That's true.
And another side of that is our Black businesses also have to stop running our businesses as Black businesses. So it has to go both ways for us to see a result in Black businesses. Like you have to treat people like with common courtesy, with respect. You have to treat them like they're an asset and not just, you know, doing you a favor by supporting you. So it goes both ways. And I think once both sides commit to a big change, there'll be so much money in our own communities that, you know, we will really make a difference in the United States of America.
She actually telling the truth, because even just in fast food restaurants, like you go to McDonald's, you see the customer service lady at McDonald's.
Customer service everywhere.
It's terrible. It's not Chick-fil-A.
Chick-fil-A's nice.
Has the best courtesy. Like they just make me feel like
I'm one of their cousins. I'm one of their long distance cousins.
Golly. Like I went to McDonald's and the girl was like, she got upset. I guess she was in the middle of a conversation, and because she had to take my order. And I was taking too long, you know. Yeah.
And like you're not, you know, putting money into the business that pays her.
Right.
You know. Right. So
plus, there's more kids that's working these fast food restaurants.
Yeah, definitely. And I like to see young people work.
Yeah.
I've always been a hard worker.
Yeah.
I started like my first job at 10 years old, cleaning up the hair salon, washing combs, and shampooing heads. $5 a piece. So I love to see young people work. But you gotta have work ethics behind it.
Thank you.
So
thank you. A lot of people don't understand that. A lot of people just don't. They just think that if they do a good deed, that should be good enough. Or just because, like, if they could be 2 hours to an event that you book, and it could be 2-3 hours. Well, at least I came here.
Right. You know, and you won't get very far with that mentality. Right. You have to change that, and no matter where you go, until you change that, you're not going to see a good outcome, because everywhere you go, there you are. Right.
So, being that you're a woman and that you're in this business of marketing your brand as an author and different things like that, so when you have conversation with the opposite, you know, a guy or whatever like that, how do you handle the hecklers, the trolls, the online secret private DM pervs that comes with just being you into the business?
Oh, that's easy. I don't.
Okay.
You know, it's easy now. We have this luxury. We can kind of already see a little bit of what you're talking about before we even open it, right? I take full advantage of that. I take full advantage of that.
So women actually do see the message without opening it.
Yeah. And how you approach me or come to me initially, that makes all the difference.
So there's a certain way. Like, give me an example. Like, a certain way. Like, I'm willing to work with you because I see what you genuinely trying to do. Compared to, I know what you want to do.
Right.
Tell me an example.
Your greeting. How you greet a person.
Okay.
You know, you can't just jump in somebody DM, what's up, this, that. Okay, so that's where you messed up right there. I'm gonna leave you on unread. So how you greet people. Also being transparent. Like, I'm a type of person, don't hide your motive from me. You know, I know you're not going to do anything that solely benefits me. So, you know, be transparent and let's talk about how this benefits each other.
Right.
So that's really how I weed those out. And it's not hard to DM pers, honey. I pay them attention.
Yeah.
That easy. Like, I could tell from the beginning before I even open the message what this gonna be about.
Yeah.
So.
And the reason I ask that, because you have some women that they'll battle with how they look, their appearance. So when they start getting a little attention or start getting some type of spark, they're not used to it. So you have options now, but even though you might, you know what I'm saying? So it's like with that, they don't want to be mean. So they leave windows open, which causes more problems. And then you got the you got the creep.
Hold on. What's wrong with being mean? What's wrong with being mean?
No, what I'm saying, like, it's crazy. You know what I'm saying? As women, it's hard for y'all because it's crazy. Like, by you saying no can be mean.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I don't mind being mean.
You know what I'm saying? So, yeah.
I don't mind being mean, honestly, because if you took the initiative to see my pictures, then you see pictures of my family. You see pictures of my husband. Right. So if you don't respect that, you know, initially, then I already know that the lineup here, like, it ain't gonna work from the gate. You know, Guys do a lot more research. They like to say it's the females, but guys do a lot more research than they let on.
I've seen some guys, like, they'll study a whole girl's Facebook before they even talk to her.
They do.
So they know what to ask you and what your color is and
right.
You know what I'm saying?
And see, I ain't dated.
That's creepy.
I ain't dated in so long though. So I might have like a biased one-sided look at this. Guys are not probably going to try to like entice me with that because they probably already see that I'm in a relationship. So I don't have many guys coming at me trying to like swindle me with things that they think I may like.
Right.
They'll come at me in other ways. So they may come at me with a business proposition or stuff like that. They may come with me like.
So how can you filter those out? Because someone might be genuinely into business,
right.
But they'll feel like, well, I can change your thoughts on something. How you filter those out?
It's vibe. It's a vibe. I think it's a vibe. For me, it's a vibe. I don't think that should be everybody's go-to. Right. Everybody vibe ain't right. Everybody don't pick up on vibes. I pick up on vibes. Right. I also do my research. And if it's ever something I'm on the fence about, then I don't mind throwing in, okay, well, my husband's actually over all the things that I'm doing right now. If you don't mind speaking with him, you know, I'll send his email and he can correspond with you and go further.
Right.
That's a good way to go ahead and wrap that up right there too.
Right. That's cool. That's dope. So, how old are your daughters?
My daughter is 3.
3. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Handful?
Man, I'm adjusting, right? The 5 boys, you know, I'm a boy mom, so I'm used to that. But that one girl, I'm adjusting.
You think it's harder to raise boys or females?
I think the pressure is on both equally. It was harder to raise girls because you was always taught girls bring home the babies.
Right.
That's how I always saw it way before I had kids.
But it always be the guys.
It be the guys. But see, what I've learned, once you have children, babies are not the worst thing, or that's not even an issue. When it comes to these boys, you got to worry about the jail and you got to worry about the cemetery. You got to worry about their influences when you're not around. So I think raising them is equally hard, no matter the gender. I think you have to have as much prayer and consistency with both genders.
Right. That's a good answer. That's actually the best answer I've heard so far.
Really?
Yeah, that's really, because no one ever really broke it down like that.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
I worry about my boys a little bit. I worry about my boys a little bit more, only because I've seen a lot of death in my lifetime. I've visited jailhouses in my lifetime. A lot of my peers from high school, I've had to go to their funerals. So that worries me when I look at the police shootings here. When my husband travels to work, when he's in the car with my sons, and they're black men. I have 5 black boys and a black husband. I worry,
Right.
So I don't worry any less or any more, and I don't let up on my daughter more than my son, because to me, like, it's equal across the board. Like, you got to be active.
So you said the book is dropping June
1st.
June 1st.
June 1st. My book signing is June 5th.
Oh, we haven't signing that.
The Hampton Inn in Statesboro.
Okay.
The Hampton Inn Hotel is from 5 o'clock to 7 o'clock. That will give me time to interact with people, talk to people, give time, chance for people to fill me out, people get beyond these stereotypes or prejudgments that they may have of me.
Right.
And I'm also going to do one in Savannah, June 27th at the Overthought Mall at Conceit Boutique. So I'll do one in my hometown, and then I'll also do one in my new hometown, because both of them are my hometowns now. I've been there so long.
Yeah, that's what's up. So,
yeah.
So you getting you getting the support that you thought you was going to be getting? Or you?
I'm getting a lot more support from strangers than I am.
So why does it be like that? Why is it like that?
I think because sometimes people that started with you have a hard time accepting the fact that you could possibly raise above them, when all actuality you can rise together. So that's one of those things that I had to come to terms with, that not everybody will support you. Some of the ones that you've been there for, gave money to, so give the shirt off your back, those won't be the ones that support you. Those won't be the ones that ask you, do you need anything, or how can I help? And you have to let that be a them problem, because if you sit here and focus on who supports you, who doesn't help you, who doesn't do what, you're going to lose focus of the most important thing, and that's getting done what you've come to get done.
Yeah, and women are a lot harder on other women too.
Oh, definitely. They are a lot harder.
Yes, they are.
And I mean, I hope that would change, but it's been going on so long that my hope for that is little. I hope that I am the type of person, when you meet me, whether it's in the grocery store, whether it's at my job, whether it's at church, that I'm approachable and I can help break that stereotype that women are like that. Because if it doesn't start with me, then I can't complain about the problem. So I hope that I'm an approachable person to other women, that I'm kind and respectful, because respect is due to everybody.
Right. Okay. All right. So before we go on NewbieVeT, how can they get in contact with you on Facebook? Social media.
Social media? Okay, so I'm struggling with this Twitter thing, y'all, so forgive me.
I don't even do Twitter.
Look, I'm struggling.
I don't know how to do Twitter.
Facebook, I have a personal page, Alaceia Lace, ALACEIA, Lace, LACE. Instagram, Alaceia_Lace. I also have an author's page, Alaceia.Prince. And I have an author page on Facebook, Alaceia.Prince. If you put in my first name, there's not many people named Alaceia spelled just like mine. It'll come up for you. But I like to hear feedback. Like I said, I'm very approachable. I love men, I love women, I love people in general. So if you have some questions about the book, about marriage, don't feel, don't be apprehensive about contacting me.
Right. So any love you want to shout out?
Yes. My husband, because he's my best friend in the whole world. And he allows me, he's a big part of me being able to do what I do. I also have another venture, a lingerie and a swimwear boutique that is going to be opening in the next few weeks. And I did that at the same time of writing my own book. And people see me on the forefront, but they don't know it's a good man behind me helping me do all of this, keeping the kids, putting them to bed at night, doing all these things so that I can make that happen. Yeah, so I definitely want to shout out my husband, Devin Prince. Love you. Also, my two best friends, Sharice and Rakisha, they've both been very supportive. My sisters, I got 6 sisters, 5 brothers. I can't name them all. But I love all my sisters. I brought a sister with me here today, Rayla. And my mom, she'll kill me if I don't say her name. My mom, I love you, Mom. And that's pretty much it. I could do that all day, but everybody who supports me, thank you from the bottom of my heart. It means the most. Like, thank you for all the support, all the love you guys have shown me. And make sure you guys get Missing Loyalties June 1st. You can purchase that on my website, AlaceaPrince.com, or you can purchase it at the book signings, June 5th and June 27th.